Good morning and welcome to GrainTV. Today is March 13th, 2012. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right is Brock Shimano. Brock, we really saw the grains rally in the overnight session, specifically front month soybeans up 11 cents. Not a lot of big fundamental drivers here pushing that bean market in the overnight session. We could see beans trying to pick up some more acres from corn as we approach that planting intentions report on March 30th.
You know, I think soybeans are going to have a tough time picking up some of those acres. This morning we saw 240,000 metric tons of corn sold to unknown destinations, so that's going to support the corn market in the early going this morning. You know, keeping along and sticking with these fundamentals that we're talking about, some new crop progress and conditions came out yesterday. Logan, why don't you take us through those numbers?
Yeah, Brock, we're looking at crop progress and conditions here. This is the good to excellent rating for a hard red winter wheat crop out of 3 states, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. As you can see, we picked up ground here from where we were last week. Now 53% rated good to excellent in Kansas, 66% rated good to excellent in Oklahoma, and 33% down there in Texas rated good to excellent. Turning to Brazil beans here, 49% of harvest is now complete there. That came out from a private analytical firm here today. And that's a short crop coming out of the fields, and the beans are coming out of the fields. They've been having logistical issues getting to market, and we've really seen the U.S. futures market rally as a result.
Yeah, even in Argentina, where they have a dock workers strike that's going on day 11 right now, there's a multitude of vessels backed up in the port of Rosario, the largest grain exporting port of Argentina. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to, is the logistical issues in South America.
Yeah, certainly, Brock. Well, we'll keep you posted here on GrainTV as that situation continues. Kind of turning our attention here to planting intentions. As we said, March 30th is the big day to keep your eye on. What are we looking at right now for subsoil moisture there across the Midwest?
Yeah, let's take a look at a few of these maps provided by our friends at Planalytics. If you take a look at the Palmer Drought Index, you can see the area I want to pay attention to is southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. Looks like we're in a pretty severe drought right now. I've talked to some producers in that area. There's been little to no precipitation going all the way back until late July. Over the winter, we didn't see a whole lot of snow cover in that area, so that didn't help the subsoil moisture at all. What are we looking at for precipitation needed to actually end this drought? We're looking at about 2 to 4 inches in those areas to end this drought. Does it look like there's anything coming down the line? Well, over the next 7 to 10 days, it looks like we're going to have ample moisture for those areas, especially in the southern Minnesota area. It looks like we're going to get above normal soil, moisture and precipitation for those areas. Things to keep in mind, though, is we are heading towards planting in the middle of April, so as long as we don't get too much precipitation to keep farmers out of the fields in the middle of April, this looks like this could be favorable conditions for the next 10 days or so.
Yeah, Brock, it does look like they're going to be getting some relief out there in Minnesota. As you said, when I was talking to a producer in Ohio, they're actually having too much moisture right now. A lot of guys are having a hard time getting out in the fields. And so a lot of things are going to have to coincide here to get that 95.5 million acres of corn planted that Informa was looking for. We'll certainly keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back and watch these markets trade live.
I used to have several sites. Now I kind of like the grower's edge. It gives me that cash max. You can tell it which markets you're looking for, and it will tell you what your highest net back is based on the price they're paying at that time and the basis that they're paying. And that's pretty handy because I don't have to go to so many different sites.
Welcome back to GrainTV. The markets are open in Chicago. Let's go over to Fire Tip for live quotes. As you can see, corn is up 1, soybeans up 13, wheat in Chicago down 2 1/4, and Kansas City wheat off 3 1/2. I have to bring our attention back to the soybean contract as we continue to rally today. We're up another 14 cents in the early going.
Yeah, Brock, let's take a look at here a May soybean contract. As you can see right now, as you said, we're trading at 13.48 1/4. We're going to test 3.50 it looks like today. Soybeans really the leader to the upside today, and they have been for the last several weeks here. There's a lot of producers out there right now asking, is this market a little top heavy? Are we due for a bit of a correction in the soybean complex? I think that there's a couple of pieces of evidence that do suggest we are. On Friday's Commitment to Traders report, we saw that right now managed money is 140,000 contracts net long in soybeans. The last time we saw them this net long in soybeans was back in August and September, right before the big sell-off in the entire complex. When managed money decides to get out of these contracts, they're going to be big sellers in this market, and that will lend downward pressure on the market. From a technical aspect, let's take a look at the RSI right now. We're sitting at 74 here today. Actually 75 now with the new action in the morning's trade. Anything over 70 is perceived as being overbought from a technical standpoint. So there are a couple pieces of evidence that do suggest we could be moving lower. But you know, how we got here was really on the fundamentals. Short crop out of Brazil and logistical issues that have persisted getting that crop to market. You know, so it's an interesting situation. But right now it might be a time to take some risk off the table.
We'll keep you updated on all the latest events. Check us out on Twitter, @GrainTV is where you'll find us. Find us on Facebook, and also give us a call at 877-472-4607, or you can visit our website, grainhedge.com, to take a free demo.
Have a good one.